Sergio Studios. Extra.
Hey everybody, how's it going? This is Sergio Dominguez with another animation look through, and this is one of my other shorts, Cinema Tour! Oh man. So let's begin. So in this case, since the original animation was all different layers of effects and animations just put together in post, I decided to just take the video, export each frame as a still image, bring it to Toon Boom, and break it down this way. So again, let's get started. You start off with Len coming in here. The animation on Len is just him in that animation style that I use for the show, the keyframe puppet animation. But he's actually behind his own green screen the whole time, and he's interacting with nothing. You can see a little bit of the green halo because the green screen removal was used from the software Magix Movie Edit Pro, so that's why the green screen is still a little bit off. But he's there and he's interacting, and that's what we're trying to get with this. This is done 24 frames per second. I don't usually do that, but in this case, since I want it to be nice and smooth, I tried my best with this. It took maybe over 2 months to put together. And you get a lot more energetic movements like, whoa, Exville Studios! Oh man, I do love that this is a mixed media kind of video, inspired by theme park rides that I loved so much growing up. I'm glad I can make my own version and show it to you guys. Alright, so this is like a still, it's either still image? No, this is vector drawings. The last frame of this door is a still image, but we'll get to that. As for this though, it is me drawn in the doors, and I just open it like that. That's why it looks a little bit off, but just drew the title, split it apart, and set it as a door. Now, as for this, yeah, this is I made digitally. You're going to see a lot of digital tunnel corridor shots because I wanted the corridor shots to be practical, but I was like, I'm already doing stop motion. Maybe if I do it digitally, it'll be easier, which it is. But everything still came out great. Now you can see that some of the posters, I took the props before I animated them, give them poses, Photoshop them into titles, and that's what you see. This is a drawn door using markers, and I scanned it into Toon Boom and animated like that. That's why it has that look and texture to it, but it opens digitally. This was cardboard, construction paper, cardboard, hot glue. This is a 2-liter soda bottle that I cut up to pieces to look like, sharded glass. The sound effect you hear of the thing moving, like it's supposed to be sharded glass on the floor sliding around when you move the vehicle, but it's actually thumbtacks that I just moved around with my finger, or a pencil, or pen. But yeah, I wanted to give it that look. With this, and also this is shot on a webcam. I tried different kinds of cameras in this video, and I first used this HD webcam. Because it needed to be small, I need to move around. At the time I didn't have a GoPro or any more accessible tools or stop motion software. Like this is me just guessing and animating along. Alright, obviously that was done digitally, but it's still that image. But it's nice how it goes to digital to stop motion and back. And to some motion graphics, so that's good. Obviously the earthquake thing is differently. This was shot on my phone. It ended up being what I used for most of the cartoon, but for this one, this shot, I used my phone. And I took, foam core, drew a floor with marker, and just took X-Acto knife, and cut up the floor a little bit at a time. Let me see if we can break that down. Oh, he's going back inside. He's fixing the wall. No, I was like, okay, 1 frame cut, 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 cut. Make it a little bit messier. But this didn't have any space under there, so it really was this flat puppet being flat. And then I at some point put the character in. I think it was here, and then he popped up. So at some point I did put him in. You see, like he's just like wiggling out of there, and I rigged him in a way where he opens his mouth like a puppet a little bit. Noodly arms. That was good. Very proud of this cartoon. That's just simple. This is animation, graphics, and this is done digitally. But that's this gradient tool, but I did take a still image of the floor. I think this is a picture of the floor. It is. And then I just brought it into Toon Boom and have it like that to add a little bit of the theme. Sometimes the walls are simple walls. The perspective here is off. It's pointing here, but the way the perspective is so off, but it's okay. It's already getting so distorted. This was a simple shot. I got this coffee table, cardboard, poster paper. These little cardboard boxes I just made also with hot glue and just a marker. And this was shot with a camcorder that I had that I could take pictures. And that's why it gets too wobbly. All that extra wobble and focus is from the camcorder and me pressing the button in the back so it would give it a slight wobble when I did it. So that's why it looks too wobbly. But it works in this case. So he pops out of there, it's just paper, but this part I like. He has the cardboard box in his mouth, but when I want to crush it, I would cut to, here it comes, boom. So cardboard box in his mouth, not there, but a still image of it is there, and I took it to Toon Boom or Photoshop, broke it into pieces, brought it into Toon Boom, and boom, explosion. You only went back inside. That's a good shot. I'm really proud of it. Setting was the cheapest one of them all, but yeah, it's okay. That shot of it doing that, it was fantastic. All right, now he's going through. That's a simple hallway, but we get to more effects. Coming soon. This was drawn, and I just redrew it in Toon Boom and made them into movie posters. Epic Turtle, Attack of the Boogers, Homeless Man the movie. Movie set ahead. This one, all of it black construction paper, little cardboard, I think background held up because it was loose construction paper. And this was like a thick paper for the stars, and I made a little smiley face if you haven't noticed. But I just taped it to these like paper walls, and that's where it got a little bit difficult because it would fall off while I'm animating, so we'll get to it. The way it came in, it just ripped in. So yeah, you see the stars falling off, but you also see other stars just falling off, and I put it back up. And I was guessing the whole time again because there was no dragon frame. This part. So I did have to find the cutoff point of the edge of the frame while I was doing this. And I did not animate Len here struggling. So I did just improvise, and I think a little bit of Toon Boom helped me with the alignment of the camera. Yeah, I did. So it was tricky on that one. But it took a little bit of figuring out and being precise by frame about that kind of interaction. But it worked. It looked believable. It was interacting with the vehicle off camera. Len's trying his best, but he figures out what's going on. How's he going to now survive? With the guests. Oh, no. Len, you can do this. Oh, we'll do this. Oh, well, here's some details. Look, the founder, Mark Maxwell. Here we are in the special effects room. I just built little wires, also paper and cardboard. Reused some cardboard boxes here. And this was made out of paper and foam. Wire. A little foam core flamethrower. That was digitally done. A lot of things were digitally done in terms of like dust and debris and cobwebs. But I want to see if I can show this to you. A little either mistake or a little inside joke. Let me see. And it is this. They switched props. I think when I was animating it, it fell, and I just switched them by mistake. So yeah, you see one here, but then next frame, yeah, position switched from here to here to here to here. I think when I moved them, they fell out, and then I re-put them in the wrong way. But it was only for like a couple frames, you see, because then they fell off. And there we go. And yep, that wall is foam core. Foam board. It's like always getting out there. And the flame here is, yep, Dungeon Toon Boom Boom. This is funny because it's not only stop motion, but stop motion still being moved, kind of, yeah, while Toon Boom's still going. And I don't know, I wanted to actually just move out gently, but when I was animating, it just did this wobbling effect, and I couldn't figure it out. But it worked. It added to the struggle and personality of the vehicle movement here. Now, this is a nice shot. I wanted to do this in 3-dimensionally with model, with a long model hallway, and with the character at the end, but I didn't have the space for it or the time, so I was like, okay, let me just draw in color pencil here with all this stuff, the long hallway, and hope for the best. And it worked well. Yeah, boom. I like this. Yeah, well, I think this is where I just like step with the phone. Yeah, I shot this with the cell phone, smartphone even. But yeah, here was the paper. This could be the same one, but I'm not sure. Look, he's almost got it, but no, he's taking it back and it was fake. And he was there waiting for you. He was there, you almost ran towards him. Now I remember, animating this was tough because I just found out that the way I cheaply made the puppet, it wouldn't stay still properly. And I didn't have, again, stop motion animation software. So there were a couple of frames that popped. And I was like, oh, let me do it between frames. So what I did was, this frame that you're seeing was done in Photoshop. I think it's a mixture of the previous frame and next frame. Just Photoshop together to give it a little bit more fluid and some blur. I added some motion blur to make that work. So there were some frames I had to refill in with Photoshop and put it back into the software. Like that one too. 2 frames put together with some blur. To make it like animate better, so it won't pop to this position to this position, Okay, so he's coming out gently, but his legs are like foam board, so it was tough. This part, this one I think I green screened him at this point, and I just cycled the run cycle a little bit. That's why he moves like that, and you don't see his legs move, but it works. Boom, that's just still image. That's a still image of that thing. I just made it pass by. Alright, now this shot coming up is all stop motion, baby. All of it stop motion. I think I made a special like rig device that was 1/4 screw attached to a foam board attached to 2 toy cars. And then that's when I put in the cell phone holder that had my cell phone. And I had a special device that I could press a button and it would take pictures. So I just made a special rig for that. In order for this to feel like we're not only in here, we're here stop motion animation wise. It's not digitally moving around. It's done in stop motion. And I have my phone. And it was interesting. This was an interesting shot to do. Have the vehicle move through stop motion at this point, especially the climax. And this prop. Yeah, that was in there. But then when he got it, I think I scanned it? No. I photographed it. Photoshopped it out, brought it into Toon Boom, and now he has it. So, stop motion to him. So there you go. Moving around. There you go. So that's the problem. The problem was too simple, but I still like it. Now he's getting himself ready. He's getting ready for a battle with this prop that's apparently real now. Here comes another tough part. Yeah. First of all these characters were not built to walk. None of them can walk. This one's a fin, this one is just a pair of legs, and this one is just like floppy legs. So that was difficult. Another thing, this obviously it's just flat. So how are these characters going to come in? I just animate them coming in like that. Then I took a frame of this wall and just put it over it. So that's why you can see right here, pop. They just pop in. So that was some. This kind of thing takes problem solving, and I love it. If this was CGI, it could have taken longer, but obviously it would be more natural. But there's charm to this. Beautiful, like rustic charm. sloppy charm. But yeah, so they had to all wobble in, and they really couldn't fight each other that well. And that's how this plan went. It was like, boom. This was all improvised too. Like I didn't storyboard this. I had it in my writing, but it's just I didn't know how to really set up the fight scene here. I didn't know how good the puppets were going to be, so I left it blank until I got to it, and all of it is like improvised. The stop motion first, and I animate to it. It's like, okay, let me shoot him with this, shoot him with this. And the way they're fighting each other, they're just on the floor because none of them can stand up at this point. I like that part. They're just dragging each other along. Oh, that was a good turn. Boom. Again, while they're fighting each other, I'm blasting them. Now they're just fighting each other. Somehow that bomb is still attached to the shelf, even though the shelf is just tilted. It's just tilted, and it's just a flat bomb, but since it was a prop bomb, it could be a real bomb, so again, it's there, and then boom, it's a scanned image into Toon Boom. Boom, I have it there. I was like, oh, got it. It's still wiggly, and oh, he got me. One of the props got me. All of them are after me. We're up in the air. I hope I implied that he lifted us up through the butt. Like he bit us. Okay, now we're going up. We're going up. Up. There, we're up. I don't know if the background can show it or how it looks, but it still worked. Then I put the bomb there, and I lit it by shooting it, and that was clever. Boom. Digital explosion. I was holding this up, so I was just holding up the camera rig to this, and there we go. It was like, oh no, I want to end this. Oh, boom. And I didn't know how many frames I needed to have the fall down, so I just like click, 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 click frame, click frame, click frame, click frame, boom. And if it was too many frames, I can just edit it out. It was easier that way. There you see, they're all gone. They're all like deactivated or something. There we go. Man, what an adventure, right, folks? What a crazy animated adventure. Look at it go. And now it's calm. Then it becomes a still image that I had to zoom out. Look at the zooming out. You get some more like movie-related props. Let me see one I want to show you. Hall of Awards! What awards has it won? Oh, Poopies! Worst movies! Oh, what a wonderful studio. But it looks nice. Drew it once, skinned it into Toon Boom, made copies with the displays and everything. It's very nice. Again, I got the perspective off. We're going down the hallway, but look at those strips. Should have figured that out better, but it still came out so good, and now we're getting back to where we started. As you can see, I wanted to have the loading area, and that's where the cast member comes in. And that's the first frame. I just took a still image of the first frame because it was a vector drawing, but it was a little bit oversized, so it wouldn't fit well. So yeah, that's why it's that's why if you notice, it's a bit lower quality than usual. But I like how it came in, and I liked how it stopped. And I just like the whole cartoon. It wasn't perfect. It could be improved on. But you know what? Yeah, room for more improvement if I ever have time to make another kind of video like this. But for now, I'm good, and I'm very proud of this cartoon. It's one of my favorites. That isn't the Sergio show related, and I'm very proud of it. And honestly, I hope you did too. And that's it for this animation look through cinema tour. Yeah, I hope you enjoyed my breakdown of it. You know, it was fun being thorough about it and showing you different effects and certain little details I couldn't say in the commentary you hadn't heard already. And again, I hope you enjoyed it as much as I do. Alright, thank you very much for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe and follow me on social medias if you want to. And again, thank you. I am Sergio Dominguez saying, have an animated day.